Let's think about critical thinking. That's a big topic. So for this short video, we'll focus on critical thinking in relation to inclusion. Yo, it's Pablo. I'm Dr. Pablo Dalby, and if you want to know more about me, check out this video's description. I specialize in helping people be more inclusive. That means helping people include, embrace, and meet other people's diverse needs, so we don't end up unfairly disadvantaging some people and advantaging others. So what is critical thinking? I'm not talking about thinking negatively or criticizing someone. That's a totally different meaning of the word critical. I'm talking about critical thinking that's about being curious, considering diverse perspectives, and evaluating evidence. Yes, critical thinking involves asking questions to enhance our understanding. It means we don't automatically accept information as true. We need to ask these questions to dig beneath the surface and uncover deeper meaning. Together, let's practice how to think critically about inclusion. In my experience, inclusion is usually presented as an innately good thing. It's about bringing everyone in, not leaving anyone out. It's understood as universally positive. Simple as that. But is it that simple? Thinking critically, we can ask questions like, included into what? On whose terms? And who benefits? So here's a question for you. You could pause the video here and practice thinking critically if you like. Can you think of a situation in which someone might perceive inclusion negatively? Come with me, let me tell you a short story as an example. The story of Amira. Imagine a first-year student at university. Let's say her name's Amira. Amira goes into the classroom for her first teaching and learning session. The lecturer tells the students it's going to be an inclusive experience because we'll have an open discussion. Everyone is welcome to speak, so everyone's included. The discussion starts and several students speak, but Amira doesn't for two main reasons. One, she's experiencing social anxiety. Amira had speech therapy as a child. She is more confident now, but often feels unable to communicate verbally in large groups of people. Two, Amira's also finding it difficult to follow the discussion. She can't always hear what her classmates are saying because the seats are organized in forward-facing rows. Amira's literally looking at the back of people's heads when they speak. The lecturer hasn't invited people to use the microphone. Amira wonders, why didn't the lecturer provide different ways for students to communicate? For example, we could have started speaking in pairs first, had the option to type thoughts into a digital discussion board, or even on a paper post-it note. We haven't heard a wider range of diverse viewpoints to enrich everyone's learning. In the meantime, Amira decides she doesn't want to be included in that kind of supposedly inclusive environment. She feels insulted, and it creates a barrier to her learning. What's the moral of the story? The story challenges the assumption that inclusion is always automatically positive. Remember those critical questions we asked about it earlier on? Included into what? Amira was included in some ways, but excluded in others. Included on whose terms? The discussion was designed and facilitated by the lecturer. Perhaps it reflected their values and assumptions. For example, that verbal communication is the way to communicate. And who benefits? Perhaps the students that dominated the discussion? Amira? Not so much. Inclusion can be used as a form of social control, a way to make people conform to dominant social norms. However, inclusion can be a force for social good. But if we really want to be inclusive, we need to think critically. And if we really want to think critically, we need to think about power. To learn more about power, critical thinking, and inclusion, go to powergodgy.com or check out this video's description. Who has the power to make decisions, and how are decisions made? In Amira's story, the lecturer decided how the discussion would happen for the students, but not with them. If we really want to be inclusive, that needs to change. And it starts with critical thinking.